Namaskar, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, teachers and trainers, professors and professionals, the most honorable present Professor Modi ji, honorable advocates, advertisers, administrators and advisors, adorable ministers and ministers, respected directors and doctors, all my dear friends, I heartily, cordially welcome all of you. It is really nice time, nice place, nice section that we are appreciating this day in the form of recreation, regeneration and reformation of our nation. This re-word is the most important word in the history of Indian mythology, in the world mythology. Today, you know that Swami Vivekananda, the powerhouse of the world, who regenerated, recreated, reformed not only our nation but the worldly people also were filled with a great enthusiasm, dynamic power of youth. So this day has a great importance in the history, literature and the worldly languages. Swami Vivekananda, who born in this month, on this day, first providing us such an spiritual freedom, because when he came on this earth, at that time there was no dependency. It was dependency, but there was no freedom of speaking, reading, writing, listening, anything. We were under rules and regulations of the foreigners. At that time, India fared well in 1857 for providing us freedom. But just after it, in 1863, Swami Vivekananda born. He came in this world for the welfare of humanity. A person who spent his time with nature, a man who was the staunch believer of idolatry. For a long time, he was attached and associated with the power of attached by this social reformist, Swamiji addressed to give us oneness, equality and unity. That he felt in the time of dependency. Swamiji started Ramkishan mission. Both the spiritual philosophies of Lord Rama and Lord Krishna, he blended, mixed them at the same time, at the one time, in the form of characters, freedom. And Swamiji expressed, addressed, advocated worldly people by saying that my nation is not by character, not by colors. My nation is not by culture, not by outwardnesses. My nation is known by its climatic changes. My nation is known by multidimensionality. My nation is known by multi-sidedness, multifacetedness. It was used to address by Swami Vivekananda to the worldly people. For a long time, he was attached with idolatry. He was the staunch believer of statue worshipping. But when he felt that now he needs spiritual mentor, spiritual father, spiritual teacher, spiritual guru, then he found he was blessed, adorned by Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans. Swamiji addressed to Swami Vivekananda by saying that he feels, he thinks pleasure from the mystery, from the hidden, latent power of God inside in his heart and mind. It started great upheaval, not only personally in his life, but publicly throughout the world. It shook that spiritual personality. Swami Vivekananda verified by the words of his Guru, by the words of his spiritual mentor. But Swamiji himself was feeling, thinking, experiencing, perceiving who is inside him, who speaks with him, who listens to him. Who is he? He was well known about such things. Swami Vivekananda, earlier whose name was Narendra, our today's present Prime Minister Modi ji, also feels entirely unique, different when he recollects Swami Vivekananda's philosophy, Swami Vivekananda's autobiography, Swami Vivekananda's message, Swami Vivekananda's stories. Wherever, in any country of the world he visited, he recollected this personality in the form of regenerator, recreator, reformer, reoperator, redeveloper. Swamiji addressed in that American conference, Spiritual American Conference, by saying that return to the Vedas. This was the great message for the worldly people. He addressed their worldly people by saying that we believe in the presence of God. We have the presence of God in every ray of light. And where there is not the ray of light, there is also the presence of Lord or God. He felt that we have the presence of God or Lord in the form of way of light. Even where there is not the way of light, there is also, we feel, presence of Lord or God. It was the message from Swami Vivekananda to the worldly people, and he proved in that conference where his musical, magical, majestic words created upheaval throughout the world. Bottom to top, root to fruit, first to last. He was filled with his internal energy of every organ. His internal organs addressed by the philosophy of Lord Krishna, Lord Rama. After a long time, when he became the staunch believer of idolatry, later he left it and felt that he has the presence of Lord or God everywhere. So he used to fight. He used to fight only with anger, avariciousness, falsification, ego, lust, sensual pleasure. These were the things. These were the things that became his spotter. After a long time, that became his healer and helper. Firstly, these things did not allow him to grow, but after a great struggle, through his struggle, he learned a great lesson. And now, after coming in contact of Swami Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he became fearless and friendly with the worldly people and rejuvenated, renunciated, reformed, felt a great enthusiasm, dynamic powers. That power did not allow him to stay at one place. That power did not make him imitator. That power did not make him selfish. But he became selfless. He became originator, creator, generator, seeker, not seeker, but creator. He became creator. Now, it was the time. He addressed to the worldly people, उठो, जागो और अपने लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करो. Such was the words, thoughts from Swami Vivekananda. One word, one thought, one can bring change, revolutionary and visionary change in the mind, in the heart of the human body. Similarly, he stressed upon, he emphasized upon oneness, equality and unity in the society, in the nation, in our family, where there is oneness, equality and unity, there is the presence of Lord or God. He saw the presence of Lord, presence of God in the form of, in respect of this holy motherland. And he told that, he wrote that, my nation is known by endurance, tolerance, peace, renunciation, sacrifice. My nation, my holy motherland, is filled with nationalistic and patriotic feelings. When we observe this humanistic strain of the public or people, Swamiji addressed for establishing or re-establishing such a nation which will be free from unnecessary fear, that will make them bold, brave, courageous for fighting against evils of our society. There was no question of outward messages. He was totally inward, introvert personality. Swamiji addressed and improved our youngsters by saying that India needs skilled, mannered, talented scholars. How our scholars, students can be talented, how they can become, how they can be mannered, how they can be styled when they will play their games. These games or sports will turn our youth, will turn our young energy into the new formation of the different fields. Swamiji addressed worldly people for bringing change in agriculture, industry, communication, transportation, railways, post office, hospital. In all the sectors of economy, he addressed that our agriculture, our holy motherland is the land of starters, beginners, initiators, creators, generators, operators. We are known by sacrifice. This was addressed by Swami Vivekananda. Nobody can forget such personalities. In this month of January, let us take an oath for fighting against negativities, against sensual pleasure, ego, awareness, falsification, anger. These are thus enemies, evils, deformities, deficiencies, withdrawals, shortcomings. Dear friends, let us take an oath on this day to bring a golden opportunity in every field by becoming skilled. Our President Prime Modi ji started numberless such works with the name of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana that may can change, that may can provide us health, healthy and skilled workers, healthy and skilled generation that can work selflessly without any imitation. Today we are using technology for what? For recordings, downloadings, savings, copying, stealing. Our great man expressed this thing that copying, stealing is more than sin. Hard-working doing always win. Elevate the grace of land to which you really belong. Indelible would be thy fame if it is kept up along. Those who commit sincerely patriotism and prayers attain spiritual peace, divine gains, the social status, whatever they are. Thieves and gamblers deface the glory of nation and claim. Honest earning with units uplifts the lifetime. Always render selfless love. Always render selfless love. Contentment is wonderful. Our great man addressed us lies, jealousy, and ego. Whosoever feeds, time and again he dies, in spirit as well in deeds. Adopt life with liveliness, never succumb to fears, never goes to that extent which brings others to tears. Humanity is our religion, humanity is our caste, love is God, God is love, body is the temple of God, heart is the seat of God. Our great man addressed throughout all holy scriptures of this holy land, it was addressed by Swami Vivekananda to the worldly people. After going through all the holy literatures of this holy land, he unfolded, expressed, addressed, new ways, new thought, one idea, one thought. This was a great theme of that spiritual personality. Dear friends, if we have the presence of God, definitely we can be one with our surroundings. Our great man says that power is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, almighty. He never leaves us alone. He never gives us the path of imitation and copying the things. On some extent, we can say, if our children, if our students are learning from their student life, school life, they can imitate easily. As every child imitates his parent, his father, his mother, but not in youth. This is the youth day to day that we celebrate in the form of creators, generators and operators. So it should be our duty to think by doing meditation. This yoga, pranayama, meditation will make you able to think spiritually. If you will get up early in the morning, then you will do yoga, pranayama meditation for your health. You must spend your maximum time in remembering your parents, in remembering your culture, in remembering your nationalistic and patriotic values of this nation that may fill us with spiritual values and human values. That is a great need that was expressed by Swami Vivekananda to the worldly people without any distinction. Indiscriminately, Swamiji addressed to all the worldly people. He says that power, God is the name of energy. If you are energyless, it's our death. Our weakness is equal to death. But our power of words, power of thoughts, ideas, power of writing is the name of life. Life is the name of power, not the name of weakness. If there is any kind of weakness in our human body, that is our death, according to Swami Vivekananda. Why we are weak? It is because of our personal deficiencies, deformities, withdrawals, shortcomings. But we can improve them just by replacing the place of Lord or God. This was addressed by Swami Vivekananda. Nature nurtures us like a mother. Nature treats us like a doctor. Nature teaches us like a teacher. Nature fills us with great joy. Nature teaches us with others by providing shelter, clothes and food to others. We can do this human service. Service to man, service to God. It is said in all holy scriptures of this holy land. Our guest is respected here. Atithi Deva Bhava. Vasudeva Kutumbaka. These are the things that our holy scriptures tell us to spend a happier life. To spend a happier life. God helps those who helps themselves. Everyone is to effort well. Without efforts, nobody can bring revolutionary and visionary change for the betterment and upliftment of the society or nation. Our Swami Vivekananda, he was not depend on air, fire, sky and water. He said at one place that I am not a man who run by air, fire, sky and water. Now today we can learn this thing. We should never feel an anxiety, worries, unnecessary tensions, because the present is the most greatest weapon in our hands. Our present. Swamiji addressed this thing. Our present lies in the past. Whatsoever we observe in the present time, it is contributed by our past. So we should never compare ourselves with others at any rate, in any position, condition or situation, for becoming healthier, or becoming happier. Nobody can be equalized, nobody can be similarized, nobody can be resembled economically, politically, socially, personally, professionally, publicly, emotionally, intellectually, and even spiritually. Why do we compare with others? There is not a question of comparison in happiness. Happiness, satisfaction, contentment is the subject of self-analysis, self-analyzing, self-observation, self-examination. So let us go back towards the real thoughts and ideas of our nation, of our culture, of our holy motherland. Swamiji says, unread is more powerful than read. Unspoken is more powerful than spoken. Unwritten is more powerful than written. Unheard is more powerful than heard. He stressed upon the word in, re and dish. On some extent, this thought is being symbolized with the thoughts of John Keats. At one place he writes that art is long, life is short. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Beauty is beauty, beauty is beauty. He says, unheard music is more sweeter than heard. When we go through the sayings, teachings of William Shakespeare, He says tragedy is better than comedy because this tragedy creates pity and fear. Starter of Sikhism, Shri Guru Dev Ji Maharaj, he appreciated criticizers. Saint Kabir appreciated, admired, praised criticizers. Shah Mustafa Ji Maharaj, establisher and founder of the Rasta Sudha, he appreciated, admired, praised criticizers. William Shakespeare says, tragedy brings pity and fear in us. Tragedy reforms us, but comedy, like a 9 days wonder. Tragedy is the name of permanency, but comedy is the name of temporariness. According to William Shakespeare, there are some similarities we find in the thoughts and ideas of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda, whose father was an advocate, but he himself was the advocate of advocates, minister of ministers, doctor of directors, doctor of doctors, director of directors, he was. By his Brahmanism, by his celibacy, he addressed worldly people. By this great truth of life, many words, thoughts and ideas he expressed throughout the world. By his writings, by establishing many different buildings, he addressed us that this celibacy is the greatest thing of life. As Balaji Maharaj, Hanumanji addressed, you can meet with that supernatural power by doing yoga, pranayama, meditation. Swami Vivekananda's thoughts and ideas was based upon celibacy, practical approach, experiences. He was not satisfied with that present situation. He never let him alone anywhere. He never allowed anywhere himself in the involvement of the falsification, sensual pleasure. There were great ideas, thoughts of this personality. So today, let us take a great lesson or example from such social reformists, spiritual creators, generators. They came with the aim, objective. They never deflected from their path by the outwardnesses. So how this technology, internetology, camerology can deflect our youngsters from their righteous paths? What's the truth? What's the non-violence he addressed throughout his literature from the Holy Scriptures. Oh, my dear friends, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, students and scholars, professors and professionals, the most honorable present President Modi ji, our honorable advocates, advertisers, administrators and advisors, respected doctors and directors, all my dear friends, I once again thank all of you for your presence, for listening such words that we read in the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda's life. All the listeners, readers, writers, speakers, today they are being addressed from this holy spiritual land of India. It is that in all the holy scriptures of this holy land, we have the presence of God, Lord. Nothing belongs to us in this materialistic world. You can doubt this plenty. Everything will be accepted, but God belongs to us. No doubts in this will be accepted. But God belongs to us. No doubt in this will be accepted. This has to be embraced. Initially, the material world is comprehended and God is accepted. Afterwards, God doesn't remain merely accepted but becomes tangible. God constantly gazes at you like a mother gets delighted when her child calls Ma, Ma. Similarly, when you call out that God belongs to you, God gets utterly delighted. Remember this at all times. I keep on reiterating this because I have developed a particular regard for it only in recent years. I was not aware of its importance initially. For example, a daughter of your house after marriage belongs to the house where she got married. Similarly, you must also embrace your belonging to God's house. Accept what you are not a better animals, but are you not without a master. We are not without a master, unlike wild beasts. We belong to God, indeed you all belong to God, whatever. You may or may not know, you may or may not accept. Simply transform your sentiment. If you wish to experience God, then you must not regard yourself as a woman or man. Affirm your relationship with God, that I belong to God. If you embrace your belongingness to God, then it is a tremendous achievement. If you affirm yourself as a woman or man, then how will you achieve God realization? If you affirm yourself as a woman, then you will only achieve a man, but not God. Affirmation of one's womanhood or manhood is also hindrance in God realization. The distinction between a woman and a man is necessary for worldly custom and behaviors. If you have embraced yourself as the physical body, then how will you experience God? Your inner sentiment only must transform that I belong to God. God's relation is such. It slashes all other phony relationships.